He started in the jail, then stepped up to be a trainer. Now he's off to the police academy. Today, we're sitting down with one of our jailers and future deputies. Welcome back to the Grayson County Sheriff's Office Podcast. I'm Lieutenant Jeremy Cox, and today with me is one of our jail staff who has taken just about every opportunity that we have here for advancement within the Sheriff's Office, and that's Kelly Norris. Thanks for joining me today on the podcast.
No problem, thank you.
So, field trainer, right? Training officer. Started out as a jailer, of course. Mm-hmm. And now you've gone through the Deputy Advancement Program and you're about to be off to the Academy.
That's what they say.
That's what they say. All right. So let's start at the beginning. What brought you to the Grayson County Sheriff's Office to work in the jail?
So I was looking for a new career, and I had made up my mind that I wanted to serve in a greater capacity.
Okay.
I wanted to serve the community in any way that I could. And I was able to meet some key people at the time that said, hey, Sheriff's Office is hiring. They always need good help. And here we are 6 years later.
All right.
Still going at it.
Still going at it. 6 years.
6 years.
6 years working in the jail.
Yes.
Okay. So from 6 years working in the jail, you've been there probably long enough to have that place figured out. But you didn't stop there. You decided to take on the role of being a field training officer, FTO. What made you decide to step up into that leadership role?
I really wanted to share what I've learned, my expertise, improve the overall function of the facility, and just offer, anything that I could to the next guy or girl.
So, being an FTO is no small role, right? You are taking responsibility in a sense for someone who is coming into the position new and showing them not only the key things they need to know to do the job, but then really setting the tone, showing them where the bar for expectations are, and ultimately shaping not only their mindset, but also their future here at the jail, or if they work anywhere else in a correctional or jailer capacity. What has that responsibility meant to you?
It's always rewarding. Working in the jail, most of the people that we train have zero experience.
Right.
A lot of them are younger, or they may be a little bit more senior and have decided to switch careers for whatever reason or another. But, it's always rewarding to see those officers continue on, and especially when they decide, down the road they might want to be an FTO.
Absolutely, because you could be setting the pattern for what is the future FTOs.
Sure. To instill that in them, it's always special.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, let's talk about this next chapter, right? You've been selected to attend the police academy. You did that through the Sheriff's Office's what we call the Deputy Advancement Program. Now, that's a competitive program. There are several steps that go along with it. One of them is just putting in an application, but then there's a resume, there's getting letters of support from your supervisors and your peers, and then also making sure that you're physically capable by doing the physical agility test, and then the oral board. Is that about all of it?
Yes.
Okay. What did it mean to you when you got the call that said that you had been selected?
I mean, I was super nervous because, once you submit everything, it's not a very fast process. It kind of takes a while to get everything in line. And then when I found out that I had been selected, I was obviously very excited. But then you're kind of overwhelmed with nervousness. the what ifs, because I obviously have some pretty hard challenges that I'll be facing in the future. So hopefully I can handle those without issue.
Yeah. So, I mean, the academy is no small school, right? Like it's not easy. There's lots of people that don't even make it all the way through. And so I'm sure that builds on your nervousness as well. But having the ability to take that step into what is essentially the unknown, you don't know what to expect. I mean, you can hear from other people who've been through the police academy, what their what their experiences were.
But you never know until
you're there.
You're there.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'm thankful for the opportunity, and hopefully I can and do well.
No, I'm sure you will. So, some things that you could expect, of course, in the police academy, right? Of course, you have the physical challenges, and those don't just come from the PT requirements. But then there's academics, there's the tactical or patrol training. In talking with others and kind of probably doing your diligence and trying to sort out what to expect, what do you think you're most excited about?
I'm excited about the driving portion, the tactical side of it. I obviously like to shoot, so I'm kind of excited to be able to extend that training a little bit. Mm-hmm. But for me, really, I'm ready to take on the physical side of it.
Yeah.
I kind of pattern myself around being physically fit as much as I can. I'm 45, so I'm not super young.
I know that.
So,
I know that for myself.
But I'm going to go in there with a positive attitude.
And that is the best way to approach it, right? With just a positive attitude. That I'm going to do give it everything I've got.
That's it.
So, what would you say to someone who is maybe either working here at the jail and considering the deputy advancement program, or maybe they're looking to come to work here because they want to use the jail maybe as a launching point into a next step career?
I would say don't rush it. Everybody who comes to work here, at least that starts on the detention side, wants or strives to go to patrol or to be a deputy. But understand that it takes a lot of time and preparation to get yourself to the point to where you're ready to do that. Let it be known that this was my third time to apply.
Yeah.
Once was very early in my career, and then once again about halfway through. And thinking in hindsight now, they probably made good decisions. So.
Yeah, and that is a thing that as an instructor that I find also is a lot of times people almost get ahead of themselves, right? Like they're outrunning their headlights. They see the end, but they forget that there are quite a number of steps that fall before that.
You can learn a lot on the detention side.
Oh, yeah.
And you can learn a lot that will not only train you for patrol, but it'll train you for life.
Absolutely.
To better deal with, how you deal with the public, how you just deal with things every day.
Yeah. Conflict resolution, critical thinking, all of those things. Yeah,
for sure.
Absolutely. Well, I know you've already made a big impact in the jail, and I have no doubt that you're going to be successful in the police academy. Just knowing the hard work that you do every day and the effort that you give every day, I have no doubt you just continue with that same pattern and you'll be successful.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you coming on today. I appreciate you sitting here and talking to me about all this.
It's a pleasure.
All right. Well, thanks again for joining us here on the Grayson County Sheriff's Office podcast. Don't forget, we're always here on Thursdays at 9 a.m., so don't forget to check us out. Also, like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends. If they're interested in learning about the Sheriff's Office, this is the best place to find those answers. But as always, Grayson County, we'll see you next time, and stay safe.